shared the same interest in cars. That's what really drew us together. He was a HGV driver, as was I at the time. He came across as a big, gentle giant. I thought this was the man that I would spend the rest of my days with.
A year into the relationship with Chris Forrest, things began to change.
I'd managed to get into the career that I'd always wanted to do. And the first day of my course, I came back and the first question he asked me was, how many other women are there? I was the only female in this course. And when I told him, he said, I don't know if I can do this.
From that point, she says the jealousy and violence got worse. Some of the attacks were captured by their home security cameras. They're distressing to watch.
He grabbed me by the throat and he had me on my tiptoes. Threw me from there to the back of the car, which I bounced off of. He walked away and I was lying on the ground in shock. And then he came back and he, with such force, just grabbed me by the throat, pinned me to the ground. The next attack was waiting for me to come home, and he's standing there tense and he's clenching his fists, and it was clear what his intentions were. He knew that he was going for me. My dog was terrified. He was absolutely petrified. He dragged Cooper by the lead up the driveway. Cooper didn't want to go with him. But everything was my fault. Everything was my fault. I could not do anything right. The abuse, it started with him strangling me, and if I cried, he stopped. That quickly stopped being effective. Even if I cried, he didn't stop. But it took for blood to be drawn for him to stop.
As well as having CCTV recordings of abuse, Liz also photographed her injuries over the years with Chris. She documented the aftermath of his violent rages and the times when he'd left her bloodied and bruised.
Just wanted it to stop. Just wanted it to stop. I gathered that footage so that I could show Chris and say, look what you did. My intention was to show him the seriousness of what he was doing, the impact it was having, and the hope that it would change his behaviour.
See, before I punch my windscreen in, take a fucking bite at it.
I don't want a bite of it though, Chris, I really don't.
Take a fucking bite at it. You wanted a bite, take a fucking bite.
I really don't.
Take a fucking bite at it.
Chris.
I'm being fucking serious.
I really don't want one.
Oh, fucking thing.
Stop it, please.
You shut the fuck up.
This was a man that was meant to love me. You don't do that to people that you love. You don't make them suffer like that. I gathered that and I didn't have the guts to show him. I think I was fearful as to what he would do or how he would react to it.
Liz and Chris were together for 3 more years. In 2020, with the violence escalating, she finally reported to the police.
Chris had me under his spell, under his control, and I sat there and I made a post-it note of why I should report him and why I shouldn't. And when I look back at that post-it note, I'm horrified. And that's the truth of the matter. This guy was hurting me on a regular basis, and I felt sorry for him. I was worried about how this would impact his future. And this is a man that didn't care what he was doing to me and what happened to me. I had to clear my head and go through it step by step. And when I did that, I thought, what's this guy done to me? I think it took me a month and a half from the last attack occurring to me eventually phoning the police, to have the courage to do it.